When was the last time you spent your whole day without looking at digital connection? Good morning, everyone. My name is Ashley, and welcome to our live podcast. We are the only six, and we'll be exploring the topic of analog living, a lifestyle that focuses on slowing down, disconnecting from digital connection, and real-life experience. There are six of us here, and each of us will be sharing a different perspective and stories. Each story reflects how analog living exists in our life. My name is Ashley Yeo Xiao Ern, and I'll be starting with childhood memories, friendship through childhood play. After that, Wong Leng Xin will be talking about relax in making. Followed by Suen Hen will be comparing playing badminton in Taiwan and Malaysia. Then Ong Yue Xin will be talking about between classes and shift. After that, Lee Wei will be talking about outdoor activity, drawing and coloring portrait. And lastly, Quek will be talking about Puasa as a Chinese. So when we heard the term of analog living, we immediately think that is how we disconnecting with technology. A life without phone, a life without social media, a life without constant notification. But for me, analog living is more than just absence of technology, but it is about the present, the real life experience, and the moment that are not recorded, not posted. And we still remembers. It's like a core memory. Like the movie Inside Out, where all the memory came from a small glowing orbs, and the memory was shown as a moment in our life that we carry wherever we go as we grow older. So to begin, I would like to take you back to my childhood, where a time analog living truly happened naturally. I don't remember phone or scrolling to my notification. What I do remember was freedom, movement, and laughter. My childhood was a time where happiness came from simple things. I didn't request any expensive things or complex plan to enjoy. The fun was created around the wherever I have. Okay, so one of the strongest and meaningful memory about my childhood was the afternoon. So every evening there will be a signal that when the sun is not bright and the sky slowly turn into orange, that is a signal for us in our town to gather around and meet up together. And no one needed to tell each other what time should we meet, what time we'll be there. It was purely it's an unspoken understanding, and it's something I truly found special because compared to today, it's way more different. So every evening, I will ride out my bike out of my house and meet up with my friend. The sense of excitement with knowing that all of your friends will be there waiting show, and each of us will slowly show up one by one. And no planning, no confirmation, just understanding. The routine was a part of our daily life and is something that we look forward to. The field of our little imagination. In near our house there was a big field. It was nothing special because it was an empty space with grass, but for us it's our little little world. The field became wherever we wanted. It's our playground, our escape, and a place that we hang out. Sometimes we run across the field. Sometimes we run across the field and run until we are exhausted. So the next one is imagination. One of the most memorable childhood memory that I had was our role play. A stick will become our soul. A group of friends will become the character in our story. We don't need props. We don't need costumes. What we need is our imagination. We became the character in our story, and each of the character we became a hero, a teacher, sometimes zoo, whatever you name it, we are that character. And the amazing thing is, it felt real. Not because it looked real, it's because we believe it together. Building friendship. Not every moment is about playing. That is how we build our friendship, because instead of playing, we will sit in a circle, talk about our life. Because each of us came from different primary schools, so we will talk about our daily routine and things that we want to complain and the small problem and challenges. Sometimes we complain, sometimes we have fun, and sometimes we just listen. And this conversation is important because this is how we build our friendship in a different level. Okay, for the routine, looking back, I find it very special because it was not forced, it was not scheduled. No one told us to go out, and no one told us to be outside. It's a part of our life. And childhood play taught me something. At the same time, I thought that I was playing, but in reality, I was learning at the same time. Because through childhood, I have developed important life skills such as communication, cooperating, and and empathy and problem solving. And through conversation, I learned how to listen and express myself and how to build trust. To conclude, being connected and sharing real moments with real people through my childhood, I have shared simple moments reflect what analog truly means. The experience taught me the value of being present and building genuine connection without relying on technology. That's all for me today. Thank you for listening, and the next session will start shortly.
Hi everyone, welcome to Relax Ma. I'm Leng Xin. This is a show that shows a beautiful math of creating things with our own two hands. Relax in making. Let's start with the confessions. I have a very strong mouth but a very weak hand, which means I can talk very well, but maybe cannot do good and nice. But in my mind, I think that I'm a big guy. Is it you are doing that scroll stop dance right now? Is it? I see you and I feel you. Seriously, put it down your phone, give your thumb a rest, and give me some time, please. In this digital age, we all are screen gods. We have the undo button, Ctrl Z. We didn't like the things, just delete, undo lor. We didn't like the shape, didn't like the color, just one click and pull, everything will change. It's so easy that we forget how to be human. So I decided to go analog. I decided to go meet my true enemy, the physical world. I try to draw, I grab a pencil. When I try to grab a pencil, my hand is totally like a potato. When I start drawing a bird, it looks like a cholesterol chicken. But you know that now we can have cement drawing on canvas. Did you guys hear before the texture painting on Xiaohongshu and TikTok? Scrap, the ASMR are so aesthetics. I thought I have paint, I have sand, I'm totally a great Van Gogh. Wait, listen to this. Can you guess what this sounds like? It's so satisfying, right? It's like walking on the beach in Bali. But then my mom walked in, she looked at me and said, "Why are you frying rice in your room?" Is it sounds like frying rice to you too? Maybe add some hot dogs and 2 eggs will be better. Okay, I want to share that the nightmare of this. Did you guys went before to a concert? Did you know that after the concert, the floors is full of the colorful papers and ribbons? My room was exactly like that. It's like the Blackpink concert, 3 hours of Blackpink concerts just happened in my room. There was colorful papers and ribbons all around the floor, the table, the chair, everywhere. On that moment, I hope that I have the Ctrl Z undo button to clear everything of this. So actually, what did I have drawn? I have drawn a romantic sunset view, very poetic. But when a giant bloop of pitch black just fell in the middle, my heart stopped. I keep layering and layering with more paint and more paint just to hide that black paint. It's like want to hide my pimple using 10 layers of concealer. My arts now is 5 centimeter thick. It's not an art anymore, it's an construction project. It's heavy, it's messy, and it's totally disaster. But I think it really belongs to museum as a brick. But seriously, I have 3 hours didn't scroll my phone. But then there also been a romantic girls before. My friend told me that the Lego flower would not die, the real flower would die. The Lego flower is forever. External love, right? So I tried to be a romantic girl. I bought a Lego flower for her birthday. Don't ask me what did I bring. I don't know. I just random pick. But the first flower was okay. The second one, my finger is starting streaming. And the third one is by 2 a.m. Tick tock, tick tock. Everything felt like slow motion. Everything felt semua sekali jatuh. My Lego flower decided to not live anymore. It's thinking to be suicide. I look at my plastic graveyard. My eyes went super big. I want to throw my phone out to the window. But then I told myself, Leng Xin, take a deep breath. Don't be stupid. Your phone costs you 1,000 ringgit, but the Lego is just 20 ringgit. Why are you so stupid? And right now, my mom walked in again. And she asked me, are you okay? I told my mom, Mommy, nothing. I'm good. I just experiencing analog pain. And also, don't even get me on diamond painting. My sister gave me a 50 centimeters by 50 centimeters diamond painting of the wealth of God. And I've been a strong mouth girl, right? I look at the 1,000 of the sparkling beads and tell my sister, this is so easy. Why you took so many times to make it? I will make it in 2 days and will be rich in Wednesday. 2 weeks later, am I be rich? No. My neck is permanently bent like a frozen shrimp. And is the arts hanging on the wall bringing me luck? No. It's currently at the dark corner covered in dust and permanently judging me and my bank account right now. But you know what? I have 20 whole hours didn't press for the TikToks and Shopee, that massive win. Who knows that I save money from suffering, and who knows that pain was so economical. Actually, being a hand trash creator is the best. We didn't make it perfect, we make it free. We forgot to eat, we forgot the time, we make something messy. We live in our little world. Here, for my challenge, grab a pencil, draw a potato, break a Lego, make something ugly. Because in the world of perfect filters, ugly is real. Just relax, ma. I'm Leng Xin, the professional mess maker. See you in the next disaster. Bye-bye.
Hi everyone, and welcome to my podcast. Today I'm going to talk about my personal experience playing badminton in Taiwan compared to Malaysia. Badminton is a very popular sport in both Malaysia and Taiwan, but the environment, the atmosphere, and the social experiences can change. In this podcast, I'm going to share my first experience with badminton, the difficulties in booking courts, and the skill difference in Malaysia. Also, my personal experience playing, my social experience in Malaysia and in Taiwan. My first experience in Taiwan playing badminton was in lower school. That was when I first started. When I first started playing badminton, it was only for fun. I didn't really care too much whether I lost or if I won. That changed during my first year of middle school. During that time, that was the first time I tried out for the badminton team in Taiwan. And during that time, of course I didn't get in. I was so bad. I didn't train at all. I had no training before that. And when I didn't get in, I realized that, wow, I wanted to get better. I wanted to join the team, and that was when I started training seriously. And after that, when I started training, I realized that badminton is such a complex game, such a beautiful game with all those smashes, the footwork, the techniques. I realized that badminton was going to be part of my life forever. And until now, I've always been playing badminton seriously and competitively. The difficulties in booking courts in Taiwan compared to Malaysia is that in Malaysia, I find it very easy to book courts. You're able to play anywhere and anytime. Courts are available everywhere. There are a lot of badminton courts around every corner, and there will always be a minimum of at least 20 courts. So yeah, anytime and anywhere you're able to play badminton, 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. In Taiwan, it's a lot more difficult. The available courts are usually at sport complexes. There are very little courts outside of that. And in sport complexes, there will always be, the minimum courts will be 7, and with maximum courts being around 20. So yeah, there aren't a lot of courts in Taiwan. And usually you have to book courts in sport complexes at the start of the month at 6 a.m. So if you don't book courts, then you usually won't be able to play badminton during the month. And especially after the Taiwan's men's doubles team won Olympic gold medal, 2 Olympics in a row. After each win, the day after, badminton courts were completely filled. The inspiration of the Taiwan badminton doubles team winning caused an outroar in Taiwan. Everyone wanted to play. Everyone was inspired to be the best. So yeah, booking during that time was near impossible. Every court filled. So yeah, me and my friends during that time were unable to play, basically because every court was filled. And I think the skill level in Taiwan and the skill level in Malaysia is quite same actually. In Taiwan, the players I experienced played a lot faster, with a lot more smashes and footwork being a lot faster in my experience. In Malaysia, I think people are a lot more skilled, not a lot more skilled, just skilled in general. I think the slow shots, the tricky shots are what made it harder for me to play against. So I think even though Taiwanese players played faster, I think Malaysian players are harder for me to play against. And I think the difference is quality over quantity. In Taiwan, overall, I think players are a bit better compared to Malaysia, because usually the people that actually play in Taiwan are people that train. While in Malaysia, everyone plays badminton. Amateurs, people that don't play, everyone wants to play badminton no matter what. So I think, yeah, quality over quantity. But I think in Malaysia, the people that are good, the best of the best, are better than the players in Taiwan. For my social experiences, when I grew up, Taiwan, all my friends were in Taiwan since I grew up in Taiwan. So the badminton friends I made were usually the badminton players from my badminton team during high school and middle school. And after I graduated, was when I played with them a lot. During school days, all I did was train without actually playing matches. So I think during that time, I wasn't as good as I am now, because training only gets me. I only learned my basic skills from training. During matches, I think I get a lot better, because that's when I can actually apply my training to the actual games, and that's how I improve. Also, by watching YouTube and actual games of badminton players is how I learn how to play badminton. When playing with my friends in Taiwan, there's a lot of trash talk and competitiveness, because when playing with friends, no one ever wants to lose to their friends, so it's always competitive. When playing with my friends, I'm always yelling at them, shouting at them, and cussing them out, because they're my friends. It's okay to do that to them, and they do the same to me. So in Taiwan, it's extremely competitive when against my friends. While in Malaysia, I'm only moved back 1 year ago, so I don't really have that many badminton friends yet. So while playing here, I play with a lot of randoms, and against random people, I'm usually more polite and usually more nice while playing. So when I see people that are not as good as me, I try my best to be nice to them, try not to smash them, or play along with them. While in Taiwan, if my friends are bad, I don't care. I smash it right at their face. In Malaysia and in Taiwan, you can play at parks, so not really outside of your house. I think in Malaysia, a lot of people live in those houses where you can play directly outside of your house or even inside your house. So it's a bit different where you can play badminton. So yeah. Overall, playing badminton in Taiwan and Malaysia has shown me more than just difference in skill or environment. It's shown me the value of real in-person experiences. In a real world where so much of our time is spent online, badminton is something completely analog. It's about being physically present, reacting in the moment, and connecting with people face to face. Whether I'm joking with friends in Taiwan or playing respectfully with others in Malaysia, those moments feel real in a way that screens can't replace. No matter where I play, badminton reminds me to stay active. Thank you for listening to my podcast.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Only Sex Life Marathon. I'm Yeo Xin and I will be the host for today. Today I'm going to talk about something that might related to a lot of students between classes and shifts. So here's a very classic question. Do you think working is better or studying is better? For the longest time, I thought my answer is very obvious. Of course, working is better. Because to me, earning my own money means freedom. I can buy whatever I want, go wherever I want without asking my parents' money. But recently, I realized something different. It's actually not depends on which one is better. It depends on the people I meet along the way. So I still remember when I just finished my SPM, that time suddenly I have a lot of free time and I don't want to just stay at home. So I decided to find a part-time job. That time I really want to explore the world. I want to experience how it feels like to earn the money as an adult. So my friend and I, we have around like 6 people. We took the MRT and went from mall to mall. Of course, so we keep repeating the same sentence. Hi, are you hiring? But of course, we got rejected for many times. But it's okay, we didn't feel sad because we do it together, and for us it feels more like an adventure than a failure. Looking back now, I feel like I have a bit overconfident because at that time I thought I could handle any job. I was like, it's just a job, how hard can it be? Yeah, I was very, very wrong because I completely underestimate how crazy the peak hour in a cafe can be. On my first day, after standing for 7 hours, I can't even feel my legs and I feel like my soul is leaving my body. But I didn't really care about it because at that time, in my brain, it's only I was already planning my money. I was thinking how much I could spend, how much I could save, which theme park I wanted to go to, how many blind boxes I wanted to buy, and even traveling. But after that, I suddenly realized a problem. I haven't 18 yet, so my bank account is still linked with my parents. So which means that I can't take out my money, but the money keeps going in, but I can't take it out because my parents control it. So in the end, I was basically working for my future self, and that money eventually went into my university tuition fees. In my working experience, there was a colleague who has been living in Australia for around 10 years. She told me something interesting. In Western country, young people like around 18, they will start working as a part-time. Some of them even move out and live independently. But in Malaysia, some people will say like, why working so early? Just focus on your study. Yeah, so when I share my experience, the reaction is quite mixed. Some will like, wow, you're so independent, and some is like, why are you do this to yourself? It's so tiring. But for me, I believe time will prove everything, and I just do what I think is correct and of course legal. Yeah, so far I've been working for 2 years, and during this time I have been experienced both difficult and good moments. Of course, there's even sometimes I have doubt on myself. I have had 2 jobs, and my second one is really different from my first one. When I first joined my second job, even though I just joined like a month, but I feel like I have known my colleagues for a very long time. We really work very well together, and I never feel like I'm struggling alone. We also did a lot crazy thing at office. For example, we bake cakes, we turn off all the office light and have a dim light dinner. We even do nail art with our manager. But because we all are university students working part-time, so people eventually left. Some graduated, some got other opportunities. The environment keep changing. Of course, I also experienced some difficult moments. I still remember that time we all have classes and we can't open the office on time. So we need to inform our manager, and I'm the one who make the call. And after I explaining everything to her, she started to scolding me very harshly, even with bad words. At the next day, she didn't apologize. She just told me that yesterday she argued with boss and she was in a bad mood. So that was the time that I realized that sometimes the negativity that you face at work is not even because of you. And more importantly, the experience wasn't just about the job. It's also about the people I was working with. There were some moments that I also feel like I'm going to break down because I'm studying during the day, working at night, and going back home and finish my assignment until the middle of night. Sometimes I was just sitting at there and wondering, am I working or am I studying? So I did think about quitting because it's very tired, but in the end I didn't, because I really want to know my own limits, and after I looking back, it's quite satisfying. Through this experience, I got the chance to meet different kinds of people, and of course, I slowly realized that some ability that I don't even realize on myself. For example, I used to think that I'm not a very responsible person, but one of my colleagues once told me, "Actually, you are too responsible. Won't you feel tired?" And that made me stop and think. Maybe that's why I always feel like exhausted. So I learned how to set boundaries and avoid to take those responsibilities that not mine. And because of that, not only that, my university's friend also teach me a lot. They taught me that to look at the things from different perspectives. For example, sometimes I'm overwhelmed by both study and working. They remind me that it's just a small phase in my life. So this is how the person around me will change how I see everything in this world. So after this, it made me realize one very important thing. Working as a student is very different from working as a full-time adult, because we are not just dealing with work. We are dealing with our studies, future, stress, reality, all in the same time. So this is why I choose this as my analog experience, because this is something that you can't just watch video or reading from online. You have to experience it in real life. And in real life, you can't just mute the things you don't like or even scroll away. You have to face it. Today, I'm not sharing this to scare you about working. Instead, I just want to say, don't be afraid of hardship and don't be afraid to try new things. For me, life will always have ups and downs, just like a movie. Without conflict, without challenges, it won't be interesting. Even though some moments are tiring and messy, they are real, and I think being real is already worth it.
Oh my gosh, I suddenly... Oh my gosh, I suddenly... Oh my gosh, I suddenly realized I only had 40 minutes left to finish everything. My portrait, the elements, and the background. I almost ruined my portrait. Before I tell you what happened, let me bring you into that moment. can pause for a moment and imagine you are sitting in an outdoor park, holding a piece of paper, a pencil, and watercolor there. No phone, no screens. At this moment, you observe your surroundings, the peoples and environment, everything around you. And you discover something different, something you can't get from digital device. Today, I want to share my analog experience outdoor activity, drawing and coloring a portrait. Hello everyone, I'm Lee Wei. Welcome to my shows when life meets analog. Today, I invite you to put your heart with me to experience real life together. At the time, I was sitting in Taman Merdeka, Johor Bahru. The sunlight touched my face, the wind brushed past me, and the leaves slowly fell around me. Here is something I found interesting. I had carefully observed the front view of the persons and noticed, wow, the warmth and beauty in her features. It was not about the perfect digital filters, but about the real lives in colors. The model was my friend who sat in front of me. I carefully observed her facial features, hairstyle, neck, and even her shoulders. Her eyes were gentle, her smile was infectious, and with two small dimples, and her nose was so adorable. It almost looked like it was saying hello to me. I found her unique glow, her eyes. Her eyes were so charming that no digital filter could replicate. Have you ever noticed these little things in your real life? She kept giving me funny poses and winks. We couldn't stop laughing, but I had to focus on my drawing first, so I had to stop her and said, "Hey, please be serious, I want to draw you." I took out my pencil and started to draw. This is what analog living about, slowing down, observing, and enjoying the world. First, I softly drew the outlines and added her facial features. Wow, I really felt her beauty. For her hair, I added small hair strands to show the movement of the wind. Then I focused on how sunlight fell on the skin and shaped the outline of the neck and shoulder to make them look real. I wasn't just drawing, I was capturing life. But then, life gave me a surprise. After I finished drawing the portrait, I realized the background was empty and I had no idea what to do. I looked around hoping something could save me. Can you imagine that feeling? Suddenly, something caught my attention. The birds were flying around me and a butterfly was resting on a flower. And I thought, wow, the inspiration came. This unexpected outdoor inspiration were part of what made analog's experience so special. Each small elements connected with the real world and made the portrait feel alive. I painted the portrait using watercolors. I felt like I was a makeup artist when I was painting the portrait. Then the worst part happened. I mixed red and white for the blush, but I put too much red. Oh no, she looked like a tomato. Actually, when I was adding blush on both cheeks, I made a mistake. I mixed red and white for the blush, but when I applied it on her cheeks, it looked too dark and didn't match the light and shadow on her face. I realized I didn't control the ratio well and the color contrast looked strange and unnatural. I was so panicked at the time because there was no control there. So I adjusted it into lighter pink and white tones, then I blended it with the darker red that I have already applied on the cheek. So the blush had both light and shadow. After that, this moment taught me something. Analog living doesn't give me undo, but it teach me how to fix mistake. After that, I continue to paint the neck and the outline of the shoulders. I use light and dark tones to make the value contrast so it will be more natural. I used the beige with a little black to create a darker blush for the bone structure. Slowly, the portrait became more alive, more real. But, oh my goodness, after I finished painting the portrait, I only had 40 minutes left to finish the backgrounds and the small elements like birds, butterfly, and the flower. I was so anxious during those 40 minutes. Of course, real life is like a wave and doesn't always go smoothly. A small episode happened when I was preparing to paint. When I went to get water for painting, boom, a competitor crashed into someone and accidentally splashed the water paint onto me. Oh no, I was shocked. My apron and my shirt, but it is okay, I was not badly hurt. Then I saw her, she had fallen on the ground. Because of this small incident, it took me some time. I started to panic, what if I couldn't finish? This is the analog lessons. In real life, things get messy, you just have to face it calmly. Finally, I finished. I felt a huge sense of relief. It felt a heavy stone drop from my body, and it felt the heavy stone drop from my body. The current, I couldn't even sleep well before the competitions. In short, whether I want or not, I completed it with my own effort. My friends joked that I was a renovation worker when I carrying so many tools when I came to the competitions. So I asked myself, was I a painter, a makeup artist, or a renovation worker? What do you think? I think I mix colors on my palette like a painter. I added blush for her cheeks, a soft red for her lips, shadow under her eyes and defines her eyebrows, and shape her nose with using light and dark tones to make it three-dimensional. Honestly, I truly felt I like a makeup artist and I was renovating a face. I found it interesting. There is something that digital device can't give me, a sense of reality. Remember those last 40 minutes? While I remember the last 40 minutes were really chasing me, I had to complete my backgrounds and the elements. I struggled with their suitable color and I was scared that my immediate decisions could destroy my portrait. I could not press the undo button after I colored it. At the same time, I should use my techniques to work faster and make my portrait as perfect as possible. I felt the pressure was so real because this was the analog experience and every choice mattered. I realized that analog living is not about being perfect. It is about embracing imperfections and experiencing every moment. You might be wondering why I had this analog experience. While this opportunity came from my art class, we could choose black and white or full colors. For me, I chose full color because I wanted to bring the portrait to life with vibrant color. And in the end, I think I really did it. I won the Excellence Award. Of course, I was happy and it motivated me. But the bigger harvest wasn't the prize, it was the experience. The moment, the pressure, the inspiration, the episode, and the laughter. All of them became part of my experience. So, it will always bring you surprise and discovery. That is what analog living is all about. Thank you for slowing down with me today and experiencing this analog experience. Don't wait, go and find your own analog experience. Thank you for listening.